Hello everyone, this is Fantasy-esque, and welcome back to Season 3 of Luminous Clan in ClanGen, the Warrior Cats clan generator game. When we left off in the previous episode, we became very blatantly aware that we were at war with Shade Clan, which I had an inkling of before this point, but the game hadn't explicitly told me in events that you are now at war with Shade Clan, and therefore they shall send warriors to slay you. No, so that kind of went down, and we apparently organized a preemptive strike against Shade Clan as well, fearing for our own clan's life, given they tried to take down our kittens before that. And then our deputy went out on a solo patrol at the end of the last episode and came across a past love from Lynx Clan. And they had a moment, they were, I don't know for how many hours, lying side by side in the moonlight, reminiscing the love they had, and then very quietly, he crept back home with nobody else aware that any of this had gone down. So now Melon is back with us, but we do know also that he, in the last episode, fell in love with Lupine Claw, despite the fact that Lupine Claw is a very tough cookie to crack and doesn't seem as though she's going to crumble anytime soon. And so I don't think that Melon would have, moved anything ahead with that she-cat from Lynx Clan. That was just someone he came across accidentally without realizing that he would come across her. It was kind of a surprise for the both of them. But yeah, I mean, back home here, he does have a mate that he needs to focus on. So we'll see how things go over there. But I feel like if Lupine Claw ever found out about that, it would be like a very convenient excuse to maybe break things off with him. But at the same time, the way that Luminous Clan runs and has run, this kind of behavior is not... Actually, I should correct that. I was going to say this kind of behavior is not too unforeseen. It's kind of the norm for luminous cats to fall in love with someone but then have a litter with someone else as designated by the leader. But I am realizing that over the past season or so, this was very common in season 1. But by the time we got into season 2, we started having a different trend where cats who were kind of paired with each other fell in love with and started staying with each other. So I actually don't think we have had, at least nothing too drastic. We haven't really had a situation where cats have fallen in love outside of their pairings and gotten mated outside of their pairings. And if any of that has happened in season 2, someone in this relationship, in that love relationship, has died. So it used to be the trend, is not so much the trend now, and I feel like Lupine Claw has not grown up in an environment where they have seen their parents falling in love with other cats outside of the initial mating bond or the breeding bond. So it's interesting, something to think about. But okay, let us jump to the leader's den to see how Godzilla Star is. Oh my goodness, we're hostile with 4 clans, including Lynx Clan. Ay, okay, let's see, let's roll the dice, guys. So we have a 1 on the 10-sided dice, that is Liar Clan, and we have a 6 on the 8-sided dice, which thank goodness means we're gonna try and appease Liar Clan. Please, Liar Clan, be appeased, please. Okay, let's skip a moon. We don't have, darn it, any birth and death notices. Luminous Clan does not have enough healthy medicine cats. Cats will be sick/hurt for longer and have a higher chance of dying. Glares of unfriendliness and aggression are passed at most patrol interactions between Luminous Clan and Shade Clan. Yikes. During the gathering, Godzilla Star suggests Liar Clan and Luminous Clan put aside their differences for the sake of both clans. So Liar Clan relations have improved. Plum Raven itches uncomfortably, wishing her wound would close up and heal already. Instead, it seems to be getting worse. Oh no, guys! Oh no. This is not good in the slightest. I hope she heals. I really hope she heals, but I think claw wounds can result in death. They are that deadly. Lupine Claw and Melon broke up Guys, Lupine Claw and Melon broke up. Lupine Claw, who has been, I feel like, very sassy towards Melon. I think, guys, she has been looking for excuses because she's very nice to everyone to their face. But she's a psycho cat. She's a murderous cat. I think she was just looking for a convenient excuse to break it off with Melon. And when Melon came back from his patrol last night, nobody else noticed. But Lupine Claw noticed. And I think maybe she got into a very leading sort of conversation with him. And because Melon is in love with her, I imagine he kind of just admitted to her that, you know, he came across a cat that he knew from before, from Lynx Clan, and they talked with each other, or like nothing happened. They didn't really talk, but you know, they just spent some time reminiscing together. But he's over that now. They were just surprised to see each other, but you know, he is focused on Lupine Claw, is in love with her. But I think after Lupine Claw got that out of him, she used that as a convenient excuse to break it off with Melon. So she obviously wanted to place the blame on him. And I think that's what happened. I think Lupine Claw, guys, broke it off with Melon. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness! This means, since they did not have any kids, it does mean that Melon is going to be kicked out of the clan, because this is what he was brought in for. He was brought in for breeding, and he has not fulfilled that agreement with Lupine Claw. And if Lupine Claw, the clan-born cat, finds him disagreeable, then she's not the one at fault. He's the one at fault. Ay, ay, ay. Okay. So Melon is going to be exiled from the clan. Okay. Let's see. Frond, the deputy of Shade Clan, has defected to Luminous Clan in the war. Magpie Heart finds at the border. She decides to keep her name. Okay. Well, we just had a Shade Clan cat from the outside defect to Luminous Clan, but obviously we can't keep Frond with us. We are, however, going to guide her to Lightless Clan inside the mountain, where hopefully she can be safe from the warring cats and the war in general. So there is that happening. Magpie Heart thought he was walking on a snowdrift until it gave way and he fell down the mountain, breaking his leg. Great. I'm pretty sure a broken leg is also something potentially cats can die from. And Sanchil's heat exhaustion has abated. Oh my goodness, so many things happening. Where is Frond? Frond looks really cool. A senior female, pale green eyes, a Torty. Very interesting Torty. Nervous, incredibly clever, so she was the deputy. She was the deputy to Shade Clan. Very interesting. And it doesn't say this. It doesn't mention here that she was the deputy to Shade Clan, but she was. But we are going to guide her to the Lightless Cats. Okay. And then also, guys, this means that Melon is going to be exiled. He is going to be let go. Melon. I feel kind of bad because he was feeling very protective over the clan, and I think Melon would be very surprised that things have ended up in this way, because I don't think he thought that Lupine Claw would kind of twist his emotions and that she would twist what he told her in this way and have him kicked out or break it off with him. He thought this was a step in a positive direction for them and that it would help bring them closer together. But Lupine Claw is just not impressed. But she didn't want to be the bad guy. And we kind of know this. She is used to blaming others. She's lived a lifetime of kind of hiding her true psycho self, her psycho murder self. And she, as the first moment she found an excuse to blame Melon, she blamed him, and he's kind of out of the picture. Which means that our leader is going to have to bring in a new cat to pair up with Lupine Claw. He's going to have to find someone else. Okay, let's check up on the medicine cat den. That was way more exciting than I thought it would be. Plum Raven has that claw wound, which is now infected. Magpie Heart has the broken bone. Plumraven was given Tansy as treatment for claw wound. Sunchill was given moss as treatment for heat exhaustion, and then his heat exhaustion has abated. Let's see what's going on in relationships. Maybe we'll be able to piece together their timeline for breaking up. Buttercup Dusk bats a moss ball towards Plumraven to play. Plumraven is hiding behind a bush ready to pounce on Sunchill. Plumraven worries that Godzilla Star isn't being honest with their relationship. Interesting. Buttercup Dusk enjoys the time. Plumraven, to be honest, has been betrayed by Godzilla Star time and time again. The first time was when he took her position as leader. The second time was when he replaced Plumraven as deputy with Melon. So I think maybe Plumraven is realizing that she's been kind of blindly following Godzilla Star, but he isn't really being honest with the relationship they have as colleagues, in the clan. Buttercup Dusk enjoys the time with Shadowswell and feels secure. Buttercup Dusk thinks Tornpaw is very polite. Pepper doesn't believe Stonespeck when she explains that a rumor about her is false. Stonespeck asks Blissfur a simple question, but Blissfur reacts strangely to it. Stonespeck sneaks out at night to sleep in Buttercup Dusk's nest. That is really cute. These two mates still going strong. Blissfur always knows how to make Cloudfur laugh. Cloudfur always asks where Blissfur is. Cloudfur points out to Shadowswell that a spider is in her nest before she sits in it. Shadowswell calms down when realizing Thunderpaw is nearby. Lupine Claw shares a bit of shelter from the rain with Sunchill. Daisypaw doesn't say sorry when bumping into Lupine Claw. And then Lupine Claw and Melon break up. And see, she didn't really interact with him much at all. So I think what we discussed beforehand is exactly how things went down. Orchidshine had a huge argument with Thunderpaw. Orchidshine and Blissfur talk about what they see in the clouds. Magpie Heart pretends not to see Thunderpaw cough up a hairball. Magpie Heart overheard Thunderpaw spreading a hurtful rumor. Stonespeck offers Frond some feathers as a welcome gift that she can use to decorate her new nest. Cloudfur is welcoming Frond. Stonespeck asks Frond if she could use some help getting introduced to other clan members. Frond admits a mistake to Pepper and asks for forgiveness, probably admitting to Pepper that she was the one who came up with the plan to attack the flippin' nursery, but she's asking for forgiveness. She's defected. She doesn't want to be in a war-torn clan. Magpie Heart does something endearing which surprises Pepper. Shadowswell accidentally hurts Godzilla Star during an argument between them. Oh no. Oh no. Godzilla Star helps Cloudfur figure out how to word something. I wonder if Shadowswell and Godzilla Star might end up breaking up at some point. I'm kind of surprised that they have managed to stay together this whole while. However, Shadowswell is a responsible cat, so I don't feel like she would break it off on her end. Who knows? She might reach a point where she's had enough. But her niece, Lupine Claw, no, Lupine Claw, if she doesn't like it, she doesn't like it. And the funny thing is that in that relationship, at least one of them was in love with the other. Over here, neither of them are in love with each other. Ay. Okay, Frond won't give up a warm, sunny spot for Melon, not even for a minute. Melon watches Daisypaw training for something and nods approvingly at his progress. Blissfur saw Stonespeck being considerate. When they return from a patrol, Sunchill and Thunderpaw seem more at peace with each other than usual. Daisypaw is impressed by Buttercup Dusk helping others today. Thunderpaw wants to be closer to Sunchill, and Tornpaw offers to take Godzilla Star's place on a patrol when he isn't feeling well. That's really cute, because Tornpaw is Godzilla Star's favored child, his youngest child, his little daughter. That's so nice, his strict daughter. But okay, that is all we have for events, so I am going to cut the recording here, and we're going to catch up in the cat list. Okay, it is time for us to take a look at the cat list. Obviously, there has been some changes because Melon was cast out of the clan, or exiled from the clan, after Lupine Claw broke up with him. So Godzilla Star has reappointed Plumraven as his deputy. Obviously his muscle is no longer here, and I think under the pressure from the clan members, he had to kind of acquiesce, and Lupine Claw put forth whatever reason she had to break it off with him, and they had to kind of accept that Melon wasn't good enough for the clan-born cat. And so now Godzilla Star has a responsibility of finding another suitable male for Lupine Claw from the outside. Now, Plum Raven, yeah, we'll have to see how she does, and she's not feeling too well, so it's not as though, I mean, she has that claw wound that is infected, so she can't actually even do her deputy duties, and I think that's partly why Godzilla Star is kind of okay having there as well, because he feels like it's not as though she can do anything with this position. So there we go. That means Buttercup Dusk is back to being a medicine cat, and Peppa has been brought back into politics to be the mediator. So that's kind of what we have going on right now. In terms of loyalties, nothing has changed. We still have Orchid Shine, Sunchill, Tornpaw, Daisypaw, and Thunderpaw who are loyal to Godzilla Star. Obviously no mediation happening, but let's go ahead and see what the cats are getting up to today. Godzilla Star is not looking forward to the sparse hunting and Leaf Bear. Plum Raven can't find Thunderpaw anywhere. Buttercup Dusk is play fighting with friends. Peppa is having a nice conversation with the cats guarding camp. Stone Speck is feeling proud of herself. Cloudfur tries to set a good example for younger cats. Shadow Swirl is hanging out with her sister Cloudfur, trying to set a good example for the younger cats. Magpie Heart is drinking water from a nearby stream. Lupine Claw is giving some advice to Peppa. I wonder if Lupine Claw is giving Peppa some advice about how to stand up to Godzilla Star and how to stand up to some of the ridiculous things that he does, because in her own way she stood up to him against being paired with a cat like a Melon, a much older cat like Melon. But even, you know, age apart, I don't think that Lupine Claw was too impressed with Melon, and I think maybe as a cat who doesn't really support Godzilla Star's leader, she didn't like the fact that Melon was brought in to be Godzilla Star's muscle, his bodyguard, his lackey in a way, and he had a rogue past, you know, of someone who had previously killed Luminous Clan cats. She didn't care if he was loving and if he fell in love with her and that he was trying. She didn't care about any of that. And if, you know, he had turned a new leaf, she just wanted him out, and she found a reason to get him out. And she's probably giving Peppa some tips about, you know, little ways you could rebel against the leader or in your political rankings. Orchid Shine was recently caught humming to herself. Blissfur wants to go on a patrol. Sunchill is waiting for Blissfur to return to camp. Okay, so Blissfur must be like wandering outside of camp. And she's like in the territory, and she's probably returning to camp thinking about the patrols we're going to have. And Sunchill is waiting for his sister to come back. Tornpaw is feeling excited. Daisypaw tries to do too much at once and defeatedly asks Plum Raven for help. Thunderpaw is sad. He couldn't spend time with Goldpaw. Oh my goodness. And Goldpaw was Thunderpaw's cousin, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, Goldpaw was his cousin. Oh, that's so sad, but I love the fact that these cats will think about their family members. That's actually so sweet. But okay, that is all we seem to have for the cat list, so let me cut the recording here and we will continue with patrols. Okay, we are resuming with patrols. We do have 2 cats down, one of which is the deputy. But thankfully, a medicine cat, who is, you know, a new medicine cat, but Buttercup Dusk is back in this position and he can actually go out because he's in good health. So we'll send him out first of all. Let's see what you get up to. In the crisp, cool air of a leaf fall morning, it should be easy to find a wild garlic by scent. Proceed. Try as he might, Buttercup Dusk can't quite remember the exact shape of the garlic leaves, and he isn't going to harvest from plants he hasn't confidently identified. Better safe than sorry, as they say. I think he's just a little bit out of practice. Okay, we are going to have a patrol of 6 and a patrol of 5. We currently have 117.7 prey. We need 38.5. Let's see who our first group of 6 is. Okay, all the apprentices. All the apprentices. So it seems as though Orchid Shine is sticking very close to Tornpaw, her apprentice. And she also has... No. Daisypaw is being kept very close to her mentor Sunchill as well. But Stone Speck is not taking Thunderpaw with her. She sent Thunderpaw over here to be jointly supervised by Orchid Shrine and Sunchill. So we'll have to see how this goes. And then we have Godzilla Star in this group as well. Okay, as the patrol gathers together to train under Godzilla Star's leadership, Thunderpaw admits he thinks he had a vision from Star Clan last night. Proceed. Godzilla Star takes Thunderpaw aside, giving him the full benefits of Godzilla Star's seniority and experience as they discuss Thunderpaw's vision. I feel like that would have been very validating for Thunderpaw. Very validating. Especially because I think he was the one thinking about Goldpaw and kind of missing Goldpaw. Okay, now we have Blissfur, Lupine Claw, Shadow Swirl, Cloudfur, and Stone Speck. The hunting patrol, thank goodness, spots a juvenile eagle on the wing over a large bend in the river and watches as it swoops to dig its talons through the spine of an impressively big fish. But then it doesn't take its catch into the air. Perhaps it's too heavy? We're going to proceed. The patrol dives into the water, keen to make a play to steal the fish, but even though its talons are occupied keeping grip on its prey, the eagle's huge wings pack a buffeting punch, and they are driven back, giving up on the idea of scavenging. A very small amount of prey is brought to camp. That is okay, because at least we managed to get something. So we have 127.7 prey now, which makes me happy because it's over 100, and it seems as though that is all we managed to get done today, guys. But I feel like that was a lot, especially towards the beginning of the episode. We had a surprise breakup. We had a deputy from Shade Clan defect to our side. It was a lot. We had Melon exiled. You know, we had changes in the leadership, or in the political rankings. And in the next episode, this excitement is going to continue, of course, because we are going to have, hopefully, a new cat that Godzilla Star is going to choose for Lupine Claw. If this keeps going, he might get so frustrated with Lupine Claw because in a way she's not cooperating, but it makes for an exciting story. But okay guys, with that said and done, I'm going to leave off. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you all enjoyed, and I will see you all next time. Bye bye.